In this episode, we're exploring what content formats work best for generative engine optimization, GEO. The industry is changing very fast, and experts everywhere are asking, how can I get my content to rank in ChatGPT and other AI tools? So generative engine optimization isn't about going viral. The real power comes from choosing the right type of content format that AI loves. Our focus is to have you become the go-to authority in your entire niche. We're going to dispel a few myths. The first myth is that short form content is going to get you on ChatGPT. Now, short form content like YouTube Shorts and TikTok and Instagram Reels, those are hot right now. I mean, you have a much higher likelihood of going viral there than with longer form content. But there's two problems with that type of content. One, it doesn't generate leads. So what's the point if it doesn't generate leads? And two, that type of content doesn't show up in ChatGPT. So this applies to all the other AI tools as well, but I'm just going to focus on ChatGPT because it's by far and away the biggest, the most used right now. But these principles don't apply just to ChatGPT. The second myth is that GEO, Generative Engine Optimization, is text-based. And I can understand why we would think that, because when we go into ChatGPT, a lot of times we type or we use our voice that gets changed into text, and then the results we get back are often text unless we have the cool voice that will just talk to us. And by the time you watch this video, there's probably different ways that we're learning how to use these tools. But it makes sense why people would think that it's text-based. Well, most of the internet is text-based. Even YouTube. YouTube is text-based in the search engine point of view, not because of the keywords, not because of the description, but because of the transcription. When you upload a video to YouTube, YouTube has an automatic transcription that happens every single word that you say in your video. There are also some AI tools that will scan the content of the video itself just so it can really be sure and really be clear what your video is about. What has happened over the last decade or two is that Google and YouTube, the top two search engines, have gotten better and better and better at knowing how to give people what they're searching for. And when people are searching for content, we've gotten used to finding the right content recommended to us at the top. So the search engines are really polished and refined. So when ChatGPT is going to recommend content, of course, it's going to pick the content that Google and YouTube are ranking at the top. What's really exciting is the strategy that I've focused on for over a decade now is how to create content that people are searching for, and then the search engines will rank it at the top. And so for the last 10 years, it's worked to get content ranked at the top of YouTube search and at the top of Google search. And without changing anything, now we're getting views from ChatGPT. So yeah, we're having sales calls, we're generating clients from ChatGPT. Now, even if I convince you to make longer form content instead of shorts, it's going to be really hard for me to convince you not to try to go viral. That's just how we think, and that's how YouTube has programmed us, or social media, because we see a post and the more views it gets, and if it starts taking off, I can't help but feel excited. In fact, when I post a new video and I log into the YouTube Creator Studio, I go to the dashboard. If my most recent video is getting more views than my previous 9 videos, so it has this rolling 10 videos, if my last video is outperforming, fireworks appear on the screen. Then I have to say, wait a minute, that's not actually what I want. So I'm going to link to another video right up here if this topic is still confusing to you and you want to know why viral content might be hurting your business, go watch that video. Here's a distinction. Okay, instead of creating content that people are going to enjoy and want to share it with somebody else, you want to create content that people are searching for, right? So the very people, the people who are your dream customers that need your help, they just don't know that you exist. When they go to Google, YouTube, ChatGPT, and they're doing their research, they're asking these questions, that's when you want them to find you. So it's way better than having somebody share it because it was funny. It's way better than having it go viral and generate 1 million views but 0 leads, to have just a handful of people that are your dream clients that find your video and you build a relationship with them through this video. So the type of content that AI loves is long-form content that answers people's questions. It solves people's problems. There's only 2 things that I recommend that you do. We've been talking about YouTube videos, so create that video, put it on YouTube, and then take that YouTube video and embed it on a blog page. And you can take that YouTube transcript of the video and have ChatGPT use the same words but turn it into a blog post, right? So you can create a blog from your YouTube video. Those are the only two things that I recommend right now. If Facebook ends up adding a search engine where you can search for content, or if LinkedIn ever does that, then I'll be really excited because there'll be another place that we can post our content. Now there's some research that's been done by Datos to actually show what are the top websites that ChatGPT recommends. The number one website that ChatGPT recommends is actually Amazon. So I guess products, because people are needing a product. Number two is Wikipedia. Okay, there's a lot of good information on Wikipedia. It's hard to submit something there though. It's hard to get corrections, and there's only one thing. Third one is YouTube. So that's awesome because YouTube is the number one content platform and it's searchable. That's why ChatGPT chooses YouTube. Now, is there anything that you can do to optimize your content for this generative engine optimization? Can you do anything with the keywords? Can you do any link building or article marketing? And luckily, I'm not even going to say anymore because that stuff died 2015. Like you don't do those techniques anymore. What you do now is you've got to make sure to do that research, find those questions, and make a video answering that question. And that sounds straightforward, but that's actually the opposite, because what we used to do is create a website or create a video, any type of content, and then we would do SEO to it. Like we would link build or article market or blog comment, right? We'd stuff keywords. We'd do something with the tags and the metadata. Now none of those things work. You don't have to do any of those things. And you can't optimize content. What you do is you figure out your strategy first. You figure out what is your audience asking. What's your topic strategy? I'll go into more detail on this in other episodes, but you want to differentiate between a lot of different branches. I use a tree analogy, and you find a branch that you know is your target audience, set aside the branches that are not your target audience, and really hone in and choose the branch that you want to dominate. You can become the go-to thought leader in your entire niche. So when I'm talking about generative engine optimization, why YouTube? Why am I saying so much about YouTube? There is no other content platform that's searchable. Name one, right? Facebook doesn't have that search engine. LinkedIn doesn't have that search engine. There's no other video platform, whether Vimeo or anything else. It's the only content platform that's searchable. And YouTube as a platform itself is working extremely well for lead generation for this type of content. YouTube content appears on Google. You'll get as many views on your videos from YouTube search as you will from Google search. And this isn't theory. The videos that I've posted over the last couple of years, even before ChatGPT existed, are showing up in ChatGPT. So the formula works. So if you want to take advantage of the best strategy that I know for generative engine optimization, step number one is to rank number one on YouTube. So I've created another episode to show you exactly how to do that. The strategy is called the Leaf Strategy. So I'll link to a video right there. That's what it's called, the Leaf Strategy, how to rank number one on YouTube. I'll see you there next.